What if I told you that the future you're heading towards, it's being shaped right now? Not just by your actions, but literally by the vibrations you make when you talk. Would that make you think twice about what you say? Today we're going, well, way beyond the usual self-help stuff.
Yeah, we are.
We're diving deep into, let's call it the physics of creating reality, based on some really profound wisdom traditions.
That's right. We're looking at a collection of texts. They trace back to the teachings of the Sacred Atlantean Brotherhood. And what's really fascinating is how focused they are on this one universal law.
Which is?
That our speech, our actual words, are the primary tool we have for manifesting our reality. They treat language almost like a physical force, a creative force.
Because our mission for this deep dive, we want to take these spiritual teachings and pull out the most powerful, usable insights, how we can consciously control our reality through language.
Exactly. We're not just talking about positive thinking here.
No.
This is about the active power of the tongue. We're looking at the Brotherhood's philosophy, but also the specific scriptural references they use to back it all up.
So the core idea we need to get across right at the start
Yeah.
is that words aren't just sounds. They're potent vibrations carrying energy. They send ripples, actual ripples, through reality.
If you see reality as something fluid, something you can shape, then your words are basically the chisel.
Okay, let's unpack this. This idea of words being an energetic blueprint, it sounds great, but what does it mean, practically?
Well, from this viewpoint, the word is the sort of final step in an energy process. You have a thought, right? And it carries an intention, an emotion, maybe doubt, maybe gratitude.
Okay.
When you speak that thought aloud, the word itself becomes the vehicle, the sacred vibration, they call it. It carries that initial energy out into the world.
So the universe kind of hears the word and takes it as the instruction, the blueprint for what to build.
That's the idea. It's the command for materialization.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if I'm always saying my workday is chaotic and exhausting, my words aren't just describing it. They're actually reinforcing that chaos, building the blueprint for more exhaustion tomorrow.
Precisely. And that's why these texts stress vigilance so much. They keep coming back to this foundational piece of wisdom, Psalm 141, verse 3.
Which says,
"Set a guard over my mouth, O Lord. Keep watch over the door of my lips."
that's quite intense.
Yeah.
A guard over the lips. What does that actually look like? Is it just censoring yourself? Or something deeper?
It's definitely the latter. The way they interpret it is, this guard is vital because your words have the power to turn your inner state into your outer reality directly.
Like a spiritual bodyguard for your own mouth.
Kind of, yeah. It's not about pleasing others. It's about defending yourself from the negative stuff you might accidentally create just by speaking carelessly.
That really flips the perspective. It's not just about being nice or positive thinking. It's about energetic alignment.
Exactly. Speaking words that carry high frequencies, gratitude, faith, confidence, that aligns you with what they call the divine flow of the universe.
But if you're constantly voicing fear or doubt or complaining,
Then you're actively creating a blueprint for resistance, for struggle. You're pushing against that flow.
and the text argue there's no middle ground, no neutral words.
Apparently not. They
Apparently-
teach that every single syllable vibrates, and it's either building up your world or tearing it down. Constantly.
You're either elevating your reality or diminishing it with every word,
It's a heavy responsibility.
which leads to that feedback loop they talk about. Between thoughts and words, we usually think, thought comes first, then the word.
Right. Linear.
But they say it's intertwined, that words actually shape our thoughts back.
Yeah, that feedback mechanism is absolutely central. Think about it. You have a negative thought, maybe insecurity,
Okay.
but then you say it out loud. I'm definitely going to fail at this. That spoken statement gives the thought form physical power. It strengthens it, makes it way harder to shake off.
You've kind of concreted the blueprint.
Exactly. You've given it substance.
So if I want to break a negative thought pattern, one powerful way is to consciously stop saying the negative words that go with it.
That's a key part of the practice.
Right.
You use speech to actively rewrite your inner script.
And this whole idea of speech being this potent force, creative or destructive, they back this up with another scriptural reference, right?
They do. Proverbs 18.21. And this one really drives home the stakes involved.
It really lays out the choice we have every time we open our mouths.
It does. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits.
Wow.
Just,
Death and life.
it's incredibly direct.
No ambiguity there.
It's saying speech literally holds the power to create abundance, vitality,
Yeah.
life. Or, the opposite destruction, lack, negativity, death.
It makes speaking feel like a sacred act, doesn't it?
It really does. A huge responsibility.
It lifts the tongue from just, a tool for chatter or gossip.
To a primary instrument of creation. So by cultivating mindfulness, by being aware, you become a conscious participant. You're co-creating with the divine forces, as the texts put it.
Your words become the channel for that divine energy.
Provided, and this is key, provided your words align with love, truth, and wisdom. That's the condition.
Okay, that brings us to intention. Because you could just repeat positive phrases all day long, right?
Yeah.
Like a parrot.
Mm-hmm.
But if the feeling, the intention behind them is empty or fearful, the texts say it won't work. Why is that inner state so crucial?
Because the word is just the blueprint, like we said. The intention is the energy, the fuel. The universe or reality responds to the frequency of your intent, not just the sound waves.
Oh, I see.
So words of power, the ones that really manifest things, they have to be aligned with high-frequency stuff. Genuine love, truth, wisdom. If you say positive things, but deep down you're full of fear.
The fear is what gets broadcast.
Fear is the dominant vibration. Yes, that's what goes out.
There's a quote you mentioned from Grandmaster Witzhira that captures this so well.
Ah, yes, it's a beautiful one. He taught, "Your words are the seeds of your future. Speak with love, wisdom, and purpose, for your words will grow and take form in the world around you."
Words as seeds. That's such a powerful metaphor.
Isn't it? Makes you really stop and think, what am I planting today? With my conversations, my comments, even my self-talk.
Are these seeds of growth, connection, or seeds of judgment, limitation, discord?
And whatever you plant, eventually you have to harvest it.
And the texts use a pretty dramatic example to show the consequences of planting the wrong seeds collectively, right? The story of Atlantis.
They do. It serves as this big spiritual cautionary tale about misusing speech on a massive scale.
So according to these sources, Atlantis thrived initially because they used words correctly.
Exactly. The texts describe a state of wisdom, love, and harmony. They say the people understood this power of words and used it consciously, aligned with divine will for the good of all.
But then came the fall. And it wasn't just like bad politics or economics.
No, the sources frame it as a vibrational collapse, caused by the misuse of power and the destruction of divine harmony.
Misuse of words.
Fundamentally, yes. When words became corrupted by selfish intent, by fear, by the desire for power over others, that created dissonance, discord, internal fracturing, and ultimately destruction.
It puts enormous weight on every single conversation, doesn't it? Even the small ones.
It really grounds the practice in a profound sense of responsibility, which is why the Brotherhood insisted on this internal checkpoint before speaking. They called it the pre-speech check.
Let's talk about that check, because this is where it gets really practical for someone listening.
Right.
Before you speak, you're meant to pause and ask yourself two questions. The first is this in alignment with my highest good?
Meaning, essentially, will saying this move me closer to my true purpose, my best self, or will it pull me away?
Okay. And the second question?
Is this in alignment with the divine will for my life?
That takes it beyond just personal benefit.
Exactly. It demands you check if your words serve a larger truth, the collective good, universal harmony, not just your own ego in that moment.
And if the answer to either of those questions is no?
The instruction is incredibly simple, but oh, so powerful. Remain silent.
Wow. Just don't plant that seed.
Don't plant that seed.
That's a challenging framework.
Yeah.
So this whole spiritual path they describe, it's really about consciously shaping your reality through disciplined, intentional speech.
It's like living the law of attraction actively, not passively, using divine words, aligned words to attract divine outcomes.
But for you listening right now, maybe stuck in traffic or juggling work and family, how do you actually put this into practice amidst the chaos of a normal day?
Well, the good news is the sources don't just leave it at theory. They break it down into 4 concrete steps, things you can start doing immediately.
Okay, let's get into those. Step 1, foundational. Pause before speaking. Interrupting that automatic urge to just blurt things out.
This is basically putting the pre-speech check into action. You have to consciously insert a moment of stillness, even just a breath between the impulse and the utterance.
Use that pause to check. Is this coming from love, wisdom, harmony?
Exactly. The hard part isn't the pause itself, maybe. It's building the habit, especially when you're stressed or provoked, slowing down that emotional reaction time.
Yeah, that's the tough bit. Someone cuts you off in traffic
Yeah.
or criticizes you. The reaction is instant. How do you strengthen that guard over the lips so it holds up under pressure?
It's practice, small, consistent efforts. Recognizing that burst of anger or frustration is just chaotic energy, looking for words, looking for a blueprint to manifest.
And if you deny it the words?
You deny it the power to take root in your reality. You starve it.
Okay. Step 2, affirmations. Now, this is more than just, repeating nice things to yourself.
Oh, yeah. In this context, it's the active practice of speaking your desired reality into being, as if it's already here.
Not wishing, but commanding.
Commanding reality through the divine authority of your word. But it's crucial that these affirmations align with divine will, universal truth, like health, abundance, peace, not just selfish wants. You're using words to literally build that better reality, one statement at a time.
Okay, the third step is interesting. Mindful listening. We usually think of listening as, being polite or understanding others. How does it connect to speaking divine truths?
Because it creates the space needed for wisdom and compassion to actually inform your response. The text emphasized listening deeply, patiently before you respond.
Letting silence work.
Letting silence temper the ego's immediate need to jump in, to judge, to react. You can't speak divine truths if you haven't truly listened first, with compassion. Sometimes the most powerful words come after the deepest listening.
That makes silence itself feel like an active part of the practice.
Yep.
Okay, and the fourth step. This feels like the defense strategy. Guard against negative speech.
Absolutely vital. This means consciously recognizing and eliminating specific destructive speech patterns. Primarily, gossip, constant complaining, and harsh judgments.
Why those specifically?
Because their vibrational impact is so damaging. Gossip, they say, contaminates your own energy field with the negativity and discord of other situations.
Right, you're basically inviting that energy in.
Complaining is a powerful affirmation of lack. You're telling the universe, this is what I focus on, give me more of it.
And judgment.
Judgment creates separation, disharmony. It's the opposite of the unity and love that align with divine will. These aren't just bad habits. They're actively harming your ability to manifest positively.
So if you keep affirming lack through complaining, the universe kind of has to reflect that back to you. It's the law working perfectly, maybe not how you want it to.
Exactly. The Brotherhood insists these negative patterns have to be, ruthlessly pruned from your vocabulary.
Taking responsibility for every syllable. It really shifts things. You move from being a creature of habit
To a conscious architect of your life. This whole journey boils down to taking responsibility for our words because they are shaping our reality. Our duty, these texts argue, is to speak only from a place of love, peace, wisdom, and truth.
It's a powerful invitation, really. A reminder that the keys to our own destiny are, quite literally, right there in our mouths.
And maybe we can close with that final piece of wisdom from Grandmaster Waxira, just to really let it sink in for you listening.
Please.
He said, "Your words are the first step in manifesting your divine potential. Speak them with love, and the world will reflect that love back to you."
Speak with love, and the world reflects love back. So here's a final thought for you to take with you. If every word you speak truly is planting a seed that will grow, and if your current life, your current reality, is the garden grown from the seeds you've planted recently, what does that garden look like right now? And maybe more importantly, what's one specific weed, one negative speech habit that you'll commit to pulling out starting today? Until next time.